Hello and welcome to the 16th Annual Farmers and Friends meeting. My name is Brian Darby. I'm the Executive Director of Cultivate KC, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you today's program. The annual Farmers and Friends meeting has always been a time to bring together our region's growers and food system allies to share knowledge and perspectives, engage in conversation, and plan for the future health of our community and food system. I am delighted that we have the opportunity this year to share our agenda and space with a broader audience. To all of you joining us from outside the Kansas City region, welcome. And to all of you who make Farmers and Friends an annual tradition, welcome back. Our topic today, Ending Racism and Injustice in the Food System, was chosen specifically as a response to the dual public health crises facing our nation. The coronavirus pandemic has taken the lives of 2.5 million people, and communities across the nation and the world will feel the effects for generations to come. It has shed light on an uncomfortable truth, that our nation's food system only functions because of low-wage workers who are often called upon to work in unsafe conditions, certainly heightened during the pandemic. At the same time, the message of the Black Lives Matter movement is also one of shedding light on injustice. Our food system is but one of many institutions in this nation suffering from deeply ingrained, difficult to untangle, institutional racism. We are fighting for equity in healthy food. We can strengthen our ties to those who are fighting for equity in housing, education, healthcare, and environmental justice. Today, you will see a keynote speech delivered by Leah Penniman of Soulfire Farm in Petersburg, New York. After the keynote, you will have the opportunity to ask questions directly to Leah. Following a break, we have invited 4 local panelists to discuss Leah's message, how it relates to the region, and where we go from here. You will also have the opportunity to ask questions of our panelists. Our intent is to keep the momentum going and to provide space to continue the types of conversations that you have undoubtedly been having with your colleagues over the last year. After today's event, you will have the opportunity to provide feedback to us on how you would like to continue the dialogue and what role Cultivate KC can play. Before we start, I want to say a word of thanks to the amazing team who made today's event possible. Thank you to everyone at Cultivate KC. Mark, Mary, Vince, LaDan, Alicia, Linda, Simra, Amanda, Lana, and Kathleen. Thank you to Anna Martin with Kansas City Community Gardens, Mike Rowland with Ophelia's Blue Vine, Jatame Taylor of the Front Porch Alliance, Melanie Monzes with the K-State Olathe campus, Kira Gross with the Brookside Farmers Market, and Rick Mullins with Cafe Sebastian. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the 2021 recipient of the John Kahua Mentorship Award.
John was one of the earliest organic local growers in Kansas City.
I know John Kahua from my time here in the greenhouse with him. He would show up from across town with a plan. He didn't waste time. He didn't make a lot of small talk. He got to work on his plants. He was friendly if people showed up, and he would share things that he knew. He would share what he was doing, and he would talk, but he wasn't loud about his mentoring. He was confident in his craft and very practiced.
He grew beautiful produce. His fields were beautiful. He was a conscientious and precise farmer. One of the qualities that really stood out was his commitment to mentoring other growers. And so we decided we really wanted to focus on his skills as a mentor and his commitment to changing the community.
Greetings. Thanks for having me. I was honored to be awarded the John Kahua Award last year. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but I guess the work I was doing in the community with Nile Valley Aquaponics, Maelstrom Mentoring, and Kansas City Urban Farm Co-op embedded what he was doing here in Kansas City. And so I'm here and honored to give the award to Miss Katherine Kelly. more than deserving of this award. I know when I first started, she reached out, she provided a platform for not only me, but hundreds of other farmers in the area and around the whole metro area, and gave me the opportunity to receive funds and resources and things of that nature. And so I'm honored and a pleasure to hand off this award to Miss Katherine Kelly.
I am really pleased to be named the recipient of the John Kahua Mentorship Award. I have understood mentoring to be something that we all need to do in our local food movement as farmers, as activists, as community organizers. And I have been mentored by so many people, and I have seen so many amazing people mentor others as well. Dre, I'm really pleased to be the recipient after you. You have inspired me with your vision, with your persistence, with your commitment to bringing other people along with you and calling folks to action. In this next year, I am focusing on Two Birds Farm, my family farm, and we will be developing the farm in some new ways. And I find myself thinking back to how when I first started farming and when I first started Cultivate, I understood that a lot of what I was doing was trying to be, I was not a role model for doing things perfectly. I was a role model for trying things, screwing them up, fixing them, trying other things, and so being an example of, I guess, risk taking and mistake making and recovery and ongoing commitment to a longer term vision. And that's for me what I'm going to focus on this coming year, and I hope to sort of act out the spirit of John Kahua through that process. So thank you very much.
It always seems to be the case, right? When you are going about your work, honoring other people, giving them praise, making sure they're noticed, pointing out to them that oftentimes you aren't noticed. And every year that we gave the award away, I wondered, why not Katherine? Why not? When's it going to be her time? So I would say that anyone who would consider the best person to receive a John Kahua Award this year, it would be Katherine Kelly for her lifetime of service to Kansas City, to farmers, and to people across the country. She is who I look to. She's the person who brought me to town. She is the rallier of so many different communities and so many people growing food. So many of us owe our start to her. She saw things in us that we didn't yet know existed within ourselves.
Kansas City is home to me today because Katherine Kelly took a chance on me. I was a student at Grinnell College up in Iowa and looking for a way to spend my summer back in 2008. And I found the Kansas City Center for Urban Agriculture online and reached out and asked Katherine to let me come work for her for the summer as an intern. And because of the experience I had working with the New Roots for Refugees program and the leadership and mentorship that Katherine provided, I ended up coming back in 2010 and spending the first 6.5 years of my career with Cultivate Kansas City. And I'm just so grateful for all the doors that Katherine opened.
My name is Ben Sharda. I'm the Executive Director for Kansas City Community Gardens. I've had the privilege of knowing Katherine Kelly for many years. We've worked together on just a whole bunch of projects over the years. She was a tireless advocate for local food, farmers markets, but also just for people growing some of their own food. We partnered together on a big project for the Healthcare Foundation called Get Growing Kansas City, and It helped start a whole bunch of new farms, but also literally hundreds of new community gardens all over the city. And that was kind of the big launch for many community gardens here in Kansas City. But beyond all this stuff, Katherine was a huge, important player in developing food policy in Kansas City, which has really left a lasting legacy. So congratulations, Katherine. We'll miss you.
I'm Dina Newman, and I'm the director of the Center for Neighborhoods at UMKC, and I'm the co-founder of Kansas City Black Urban Growers. The other person who has helped me vision and shape and plan KC Bugs has remained quietly behind the scenes, supporting, encouraging, and mentoring me as I continue to build up on my vision. A lot of people don't realize it, but the other co-founder of Kansas City Black Urban Growers is Katherine Kelly, and I will forever be grateful to her for her mentorship, her help, and her support, and most importantly, her friendship.
Katherine, thank you for 2 decades of strong leadership in urban agriculture and food system development in Kansas City. You've made a lasting impact on me and so many others in our community, and I sure hope that you will take a break and come right back because we need you. Don't stay away. Thank you.
So Katherine's always kind of been a badass in my eye because she has enabled and empowered so many people to take on our broken food system and make it a little more equitable for everybody. Honestly, her impact on our Kansas City food scene and agriculture scene cannot be overstated.
Katherine, congratulations. Can't think of a better person who this award could go to. You have taught me so much over the years, from beginning when I was 18 and got to work on your farm, Full Circle Farm, to my work now in the food system and as a farmer. I really appreciate having you in my life, and I know you'll do some more great things in our community and also enjoy your retirement.
Katherine Kelly invited me to Gibbs Road. She invited me at a time where I had no idea how unprepared I was to walk the land here and try and grow some food here. Watching her run her calendar, watching her put together an optimistic and very nimble budget taught me things I didn't even know I didn't know. I'm eternally grateful to Katherine for inviting me to this place, Gibbs Road Farm, where my heart lives.
I got a story about a problem we are facing. We're creating and maintaining a mess across the nation. It's a problem with the food. Almost half is wasted, left till it's outdated. Goodness never tasted. Starts with preparation, the peeling and the chopping, work that must be done. Not a lot of fun, but the battle to be won is to keep it out the dump. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Starts with preparation, the peeling and the chopping, work that must be done. Not a lot of fun, but the battle to be won is to keep it out the dump. Something's left over and you cook too much. You didn't plan. Opened up the wrong darn can. Got too hot in the frying pan. Then you put too much on your plate. It was more than you could eat. Now all that goes to waste. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Some's left over, moldy in the fridge, no more fresh to give. So shop in your fridge first, rotten food smells the worst. So close, almost, this which really hurts. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. a lot to grow it, water, fuel, and soil, but the farmer works in vain if we get no gain, cause it all went down the drain. Seems like such a shame. Too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. And when it goes into the trash, it's because to pinch it. If you're like me, you wish you could do some good. In the dump it all decays in a nasty kind of way that stinks an awful lot. Something we should stop. That stink is more than nasty. The gas it makes is vastly harming to our climate. The reason to rhyme it has to be this way. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. Food too good to waste. So do food better. Use it well and never let it spoil or rot. Compost your food waste, feed those scraps to worms. Do something useful. Do something beautiful. Make gardens fruitful. Food too good to waste.